Hello guys, welcome to the Java Developers YouTube channel. In previous class, we had been seen about primitive data types, right? In Java, there are two types of data types will be there, like primitive and non-primitive. As a primitive data types, what they will do, they will just store the single or simple values. They're already predefined, right? Already we seen brief introduction and big deep driving of primitive data types. What are the default values, how to call, what is the range, okay, what is the minimum value, maximum value, what are their sizes. Already we discussed that in our previous class. Today we are going to discuss about non-primitive data types in Java. Okay, as a non-primitive data types, they refer the object. Okay, they can store the multi values. Okay, we can create the methods inside the in non-primitive data types concept. Okay, these are the some of the behaviors, uses of non-primitive data types. Okay, by using the primitive we cannot create an object, right? By non-primitive we can create the objects and we can store the multiple values. They can refer the object. Okay, basic like that. Okay, examples of that will be class. Okay, we will see here examples of non-primitive data types or class. Okay, object, arrays, string, interface, wrapper classes, and enums. Okay, class, already we know that it is a collection of variables and methods or functions, right? As an object, we will see that in the example of non-primitive data type. As arrays, already most of people will listen about this topic of arrays, right? We will see that in our future classes. Arrays is nothing but they will store only the homogeneous data types. Okay, and next, string is a predefined class. Okay, it's a collection of characters and interface that can hold only the abstract methods. Okay, examples of interfaces like runnable, comparable, okay, comparator, okay, and wrapper classes. 8 primitive data types will consist in 8 wrapper classes. Okay, because in collections framework or collections topic, the wrapper classes which can be used for the creation of an object. Okay, primitive data types is converted into an object, then we can use that. That can be possible by the wrapper classes. Okay, next, enums are basically, it's a data type. Okay, its own data type. And basically when we are going to use that, when we want to define the constant values that never be changed at any time, like directions. Okay, east, west, north, south, weekdays like Monday, Tuesday, and low, medium, high. These are the some of the examples of enums. Okay, we will discuss that in deep in our upcoming classes. If you have any doubts regarding the primitive data types, just go and look the yesterday's video. Okay, then come to this non-primitive data types. Okay, and what is the differences between the primitive and non-primitive data types, we look that. Okay, as a primitive it's already predefined by the Java. As a non-primitive it has to be done by the programmer, right? Explicitly it stores the actual value. If you take the int a is equals to 10, the value is stored in here and they will use the stack memory. Okay, and whereas it refers to the object. Okay, I will say that. Okay, and memory, it will be used as stack. It will use both stack and heap area. Okay, as a stack is used for the references, heap will be used for the object. Okay, I will say that in clearly while doing this example based on the non-primitive data types. If you have any doubts, just comment me below. And default values, what are default values? Already we seen in the primitive, like based on the data type, they will be, we have the default values for them, right? And what is the default values for the non-primitive? Yesterday we have been seeing about the string, right? That will be resulted in the default value of null. Okay, and methods available, no methods. Okay, and non-primitive, yes, there is a methods. Okay, methods will perform some task. Okay, that's the main use of methods. And examples of primitive data types like int, char, double, and non-primitive data types like strings, arrays, class, objects, wrapper class, interface, so many, right? Okay, just dive into the one example of non-primitive data types. As a non-primitive, the first come to our mind is that it's an array, right? Array is a collection of same homogeneous data, right? That means we are here, we are entering only the data types of what? Okay, here we have created, um, we have used non-primitive data types like arrays. Okay, it's an example of an array. Okay, And next, it's a non-primitive of string type. Okay, string is a collection of characters. Already we discussed that. Okay, we will discuss each topic in a depth. Okay, it's a beginning. I want you people to know about the basic syntax, what is a non-primitive, and what category, what is their uses, how they will behave. These are the basic things so we can perform advanced very well. Okay, so that's the reason I was telling you about the non-primitive data types. Okay, this is a syntax for the declaration, right? Installation and declaration of an array. And next, it's already we know that printing statement, but it's arrays is a class and toString is a method. Okay, it's a static method, so by calling arr you can print. Okay, just see this. If you directly print the arr, what will be the output? Okay, we will see that too. And it's a string. Next, I want to go ahead with the student. Okay, student, yes, stu is equals to new student of age is 25 and name should be like Gopi. Okay, next I want to call the method like display. Okay, next, for creation of this, okay, for creation of this student we have like class student, right? We have to create the class of student. Okay, what are the parameters we have given? It's an age for the student and it's a name for the student. So in a class there is an instance variables like int of age, sh, okay, that may be student, out for the brief stuh. Simple age is enough. Okay, then what is another thing? String of name. Okay, we have given, we pass the two parameters of the creation of an object. We have passed the two parameters, right? So I want to declare that. I have declared in a class of student. Next, I want to take the constructor. Constructor name and class name must be same, and constructor does not have any return types like okay. Okay, I have created the constructor and I want to pass the values like int a stands for the age, as a string will stands for the n stands for the name, and in the name I want to store the a what you are passing. Okay, in like it should not be name, right? It should be the age, and in name I want to store that what you are passing to the n. Okay, that's the criteria. After creation of successful creation of constructor, next I want to create a method. Okay, what is a method name? Public of display, right? Already we called in the non-primitive class, which okay, and of calling this method it has to print those results like student name, right? Student age, I mean plus age plus what is another thing it has to print? It has to print the name, right? For that you have to take student age, like okay, this is the age and this is the name you have printing. Okay, it's a method opening, method closing, and insert the constructor. Yeah, yeah, it's already called. Just go for command prompt. Okay, just go for the path where we have been saved the file. I already saved the file in our old Java folder, which is presented in the okay desktop. Then go to the cd and paste the path. Okay, then java c. What is our class name? What is our class name? Non-primitive. Okay, java c non-primitive dot java. Any errors? Yes, there is an illegal start of expression. Maybe the error is that we have defined inside the constructor. It need to be outside the constructor. Okay, then again same, I think no errors. Yes, Java. And what is our class name? Java non primitive. Okay, yeah, this is our output basically. Okay, let's we rerun that. Okay, compilation successful, running is also successful. Just see here, it's very important, guys. First of all, I have created the class. As we know that creation of a class, public is access mode of a class and non-primitive is a class name, and it's a main method entry point for the JVM. It's an example for the non-primitive data type. It's an array, right? I have declared an array with 1 2 3 integers, okay, with the same data type. And if I directly print the array, because it was storing the multiple values, okay, it will give the one address, okay, it will give the memory address or memory allocation, something like that, right? Or hash code, anything. Like when I print the array directly, I mean it holding the multiple values, just it refers to the address. Okay, so if I want to iterate this array, that can be possible by using the for loops for each loop. And also there is one more method by using the method of toString. Okay, toString is a method, but it's a static method. Static methods can be, or static variables can be called by using the class name. Okay, it's a class. Arrays is a class, predefined class. So we are passing the variable of this array name. Okay, this cannot be used directly. We need to import the packages, like import Java, and this arrays is presented inside this util. Okay, I have given asterisk what are the sub packages are presented in the util. They all can be accessed. Okay, that's the meaning of it. And next I have taken the string, I have stored the data, then I printed it directly. Okay, next this is a closing of main method and closing of a class. Okay, I have created the another class. Okay, class is what, it's an non-primitive data type, right? It's holding the variables and methods. You can see it directly. Age and name is the variables and void of display is the method, right? I have created two parameters. I want to display the data of student age and name. Then I want to it's an instance variable. So basically, as a constructor used to for the in creation of an object for the instance, or we can give the variable names. Okay, instance variable names can be passed by using the constructor. Okay, what is a constructor? Constructor is just like, it's a name of class. Okay, it's a name of class. We will discuss that in deeper. Okay, what are the types of constructors? That's a later class. Okay, but constructor name and class name must be same. There is no return type for the constructor. I was passing these two values. Okay, what is the value? Age, it's referred as a, and string, it's referred as, I mean name is referred as n. Okay, it's a type is int, it's a type is string. Then these parameters has been, if we pass any values, I mean these will represent, okay, what I highlighted here, these will represent these values here. I mean, what are the values you are entering here? Okay, those values will here, and these values will pass it to this instance variables. Okay, this is the flow here. And next I want to print that student age and name. Okay, so I want to call the method of display, which is presented inside the class. First I need to call this class. Okay, it's a separate class. We have two classes here. It's a non-primitive class and it's a student class. In non-primitive we are going to use a main method. Okay, and after creation of all this, I want to access the features of this student class, right? So I have created an object. How we can create the object? It's a class name, it's a reference variable, right? It's a reference variable. Already we seen this here, like as a reference is stored in the stack and object in the heap, right? Object is stored in the heap, reference will be stored in the stack. As we see here, it's a reference stored in the stack. It's an object part, okay, that will store in the heap. Okay, new refers to the instance of an object, and what is the class name as a student, and it's represents the constructor types. I mean this total week part we call it as creation of an object. Then inside the student class, yes, the JVM will goes inside the student. Yes, we have passed one thing and it will go, you have called the method, right, with by using the reference. Okay, by reference you are calling the method. I mean, non-primitive data types will allow the methods. It's an example, right? Yeah, it's called the method. What you are writing here, that can be printed. Let's see the output. Okay, first we are printing the array directly, so you are getting the memory allocation, and we are printing one by one by using the toString method. And next I was using the string to print the data of string. And next I was creating the object of student in the non-primitive class, and then I was calling the method. Then what the things you have written, that can be accessed here. Okay, it's a small example regarding the non-primitive data types. All the topics has been covered here. Okay, it's a basic understanding. Okay, if you're not aware of these constructors and parameters, passing and connections, we will look that in our upcoming classes, but it's an idea. I want to create an idea. Syntaxes, you people need to understand that first. Okay, that's all about today video. If you have any doubt, just comment me below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel.